Okay, guys. It is uh, getting late, but I got to get a video out for you. Um, so, we're back here on Seattle Sanctuary. I know you're probably getting tired of watching the Ironman Saga and wondering when I'm going to go back on Mythmore. Um, Mythmore's probably going to be tomorrow night. I've just been trying to figure out what I'm going to do because I need to get a bunch of stuff dealt with before actually doing another video. But I've also been focusing on the server here. So there is a noticeable error. It says there's 9 other players online, 10 total. That's not accurate. There's only one other player, according to the login screen as well as my server info. So I don't know what happened there, but and then also quick updates, couple of them. I upped. I managed to put in the um, oh, what is it called? Give me just a second here. I got a couple of mods installed today. Let's see. Increase merchant items. So the merchant items are no longer locked at 50. They're now at they've been upped to 150. Um, Fire burn time is now in. So when well, we'll get a fire started here and I'll show you. But now it actually tells you how long you have left to burn. Harvest. The harvest helper has been fixed. Now you can actually harvest from a mount, and it tells you in the events window on login, it tells you what is actually in season. Okay. Um, and then I hope we're about to find out, but I hope is this one ready? There it is. Ripe. I hope that this actually fixed it. I think I fixed the numbers on here so that we're not getting 1 and 2 items per harvest. But let's find out. Let's go ahead and harvest the corn. Okay, we only got 2 on the corn. We know that this is untended. Okay, so we don't want to harvest that. This one's ripe. So let's see how many cabbages we get. Only 2. So apparently I did not fix it. I don't like that. This is cucumbers. That gave me 2 as well, which means we're only going to get 2 on each of these. Uh, ripe untended. Ripe untended. Ripe untended. We have here potato untended. Untended. These ones are ripe. See, we should be getting like 5 or 6 per. But for whatever reason, we're only getting 2, which means if you plant and you don't tend the field, you're only going to get the 1 back. If you tend the field and wait for the second ripening, you get 2 back. You should be actually getting more than that. Yeah, we should probably drink. And we're going to go ahead and harvest this one as well. Yeah, so we shouldn't be just getting 2. That's not the intention. We should be getting like 4 or 5. I thought I had it fixed, like I said, but apparently I didn't. So I'm still going to keep working on that part. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to keep on with the pumpkins. We're going to crush one. So that one. See, this gives me a little bit of food to work with. Let's see. We're actually going to crush this other one as well. We're going to plant that one here. Okay, and let's plant corn in these other two. Because we already know that the corn we can cook in the pottery bowl and get a breakfast. We can probably do the same thing with a few other things too, but okay, so we're going to eat the rice and we'll eat the cabbage. Let's see what happens to our food level. Oh, so the other thing. Um, so let's see. The merchant's capacity went up. I didn't fix the harvest level, even though the harvest yield, even though I thought I did. Um, but I got some of the other stuff working for it, so now you know what's actually in season. Um, the fire timer. And that's supposed to work with any fire that you start, whether it be a campfire, forge, oven, kiln, whatever. Um, and then I actually also put, let's get these guys going. I also put in, let's see. Oh, yeah. The fishmonger is now in. There is a fishmonger on the docks of North Point, um, right near the road leading to North Point. So, what you have to do is let's pretend this cotton is a fish I caught. It has to be activated, and then you right click on the fishmonger, and one of the options down below will say sell fish. It will buy, or at least it's supposed to. I wasn't able to test it, but it's supposed to be able to buy out of a container as well. So, for instance, if you have, um, I don't know, 3 fish in your fishing net, um, you should be able to activate your fishing net and right click and sell to the fishmonger, and he'll buy all 3 at once. The carrot's done. Carrots are ripe. Okay, so let's harvest the carrots as well. And we're going to plant a carrot. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Some things you need seeds with, and some things you don't. So the fishmonger is another way of actually making money on the server here. Um, I'm trying to implement a few different ways so that combat is not the only one. Um, and oh, we should check on these things. It's an orange tree. Oh, there's the little guy right there. Hazelnut bush. Raspberry bush. Anybody see a raspberry bush in this square? I don't see a raspberry bush. Let's try a different angle. Oh, there is. Right there. There's the little raspberry bush. And there's one right there. And that's just grass. And that's just grass. That's an orange tree. And that's a hazelnut bush. Grass, grass. Okay, so we only got a few of them planted. That's okay. All right, so we're going to go to this tile right here. Is it this tile? Yes. We're going to take this and all this stuff here. Oh, actually, let's take this stuff. We're going to drop it in a pile. And we can eat the cocoa bean. We can eat the sugar beet. And we can eat the carrot. Just trying to get food level up a little bit. Now the carrot's the only one left. We're at 59 so far. And that's where we're going to stay. It's at 59 food. Okay. Well, we need to be able to improve the hatchet so we can get better wood. We also need to be able to improve the shovel and the pickaxe and the rake, and so we're going to go back and do some more mining. And we're probably going to end up doing quite a bit of mining. But do I have... Let's open the cart. Okay, there's my carving knife. Let's grab that. We'll throw the cotton on there because we don't need it at the moment. We don't need the planks. We're going to take one log. Just in case. I think we can get a kindling out of this one. Okay, we got one kindling. And then we're going to take... Let's sort by damage. Oops, wrong direction. Let's sort the other way by damage. Okay, so these ones are already starting to damage out. So we're going to take these ones. And we're going to activate one and combine the rest. See, now they're not damaged, but we don't need that much, but that will actually run the fire for a good amount of time. So what we're going to do, okay, so I'm going to take 3, and we're going to combine those ones. Just so I can show you the difference here, because we're going to go in and we're actually going to, oh, we don't, do we need the carving? What other tools do we have on here? Just the saw, huh? Well, we may as well take it, because we're going to start throwing some of that, forgive the term, but higher quality ore into the fire. And seeing if we can come up with some better quality lumps. Open this one. Let's see. We don't need the flint. There's the 2 shovels. I don't know that we can actually raise that one, but we can try to raise this one. No, that's not what we want. This one. Okay, we're going to skip over the crudes. We don't need the handles. There's pinewood kindling right there. So we're going to take that one, and we're going to drop this one. I think that was the bird saying that my stuff was ready to harvest, but that's okay. That's, oops. Okay, so we've got, yeah, pretty much garbage right there. Iron pickaxes. Oh, we're going to take them both. Don't need the pottery bowl. There's the rake. That can go in the fire. That's a crude shovel. Why did I grab the crude shovel? I don't need the crude shovel. I need the iron shovel. The small anvil. Okay, we do have wood scraps right here. So we're going to take this one and that one, and we're going to combine those. Now there's 0 damage again. And I really don't care about these rock shards, but it is what it is. All right. Okay, so let's go back in here. We're going to light a fire. It should kick off. Nope. Try it again. We basically got a 50% chance, so 50-50 shot. Third time's a charm. There we go. Okay, now, in the event window, if you right-click and examine, will not start to fade for about 5 minutes and 8 seconds. Now if we take this little tiny wood scrap and we say, oh, right-click and we go burn, and then we examine again, 6 minutes, 20 seconds. If we take this one with 6 weight and we burn it and we examine, now it's gone up to 12 minutes, 28 seconds. We'll go ahead and burn this log because, and examine. 13 minutes, 34 seconds. Now see, this wood scrap is more than what we can handle in there. We'll burn this kindling. 16 minutes. We're going to go ahead and throw this in just so you can see what the max time is. "26 minutes. There's wood right here. Oh, hi, Mr. Chicken. Miss Chicken. Ah, I did not want to do that. Okay, so we already know we're at 26 minutes. So if I activate a log and I burn it, we shouldn't go beyond that. 26 minutes. So you know when you've put at least 20 weight into the fire, that's the most that it can burn. You have 26 minutes until that fades. Okay? That is the newest quality of life mod that I've added. Let's see, drop on ground. We don't need those. So, yeah, it was a waste of one wood, but not really, because it was proving a point, and those are one quality wood anyway. Okay, so we want the hatchet, the carving knife, the saw, all in there. We want the rake, shovel, and the small anvil in there. And we want one of the two pickaxes. Well, obviously, for higher quality, we're going to be using the higher quality, so we're going to put the lower quality in there. Let all that stuff heat up. Yes, there's damage on some of it, but it's easy enough to fix. There, nothing's damaged. Everything's ready for improvements. Now, where did my... where'd my ore go? Guess we got to get some more ore. Wait, did it go in here? Oh, that's just iron lumps. I know I had some 5 quality. How odd. Who knows, maybe a troll came in and snagged it or something. Okay, iron vein. Oh, activate the pickaxe. Start mining. Tomorrow, I will go ahead and do something. I don't know what yet, but something on the Mythmore Prime server. I'll figure out what we can do. I do have to head to storage tomorrow night and set the church up, and so it's going to be uploaded and posted at a fairly reasonable hour. It'll be really shortly after I get home from work. First things first, I got to give the dogs a bath, and then I'll get on here and I'll do a video. I may end up having to set something up first, but my thought is that Mythmore can end up being my just kind of play around area. I have one on Seattle Sanctuary as well, um, but I'm not recording there. I'm recording over on Mythmore. Um, I'm recording on Seattle Sanctuary on this particular character, but not on my play character. Um, that's my guy that I'm at one of the furthest stretches away from society, kind of like this guy, but he's a bit out there. The other guy is, um, and that's just my little sanctuary to just kind of get out and do stuff, do what I want to do. I don't have to explain anything to anyone. I just, I can veg out for a while. Um, so Mythmore, I'm thinking, can be my another one of my play areas, but primarily setting it up so that each episode I do there will be a flat out tutorial. Um, I forget Gamester for Life, I think was the channel name. He did a ton of YouTube videos for Wurm Online / Wurm Unlimited. They were several years ago. He updated a few of them after he made quite a few. He made over 100 before he actually redid, I think, like the first 2 or 3 episodes he ever did. But he just basically abbreviated them. So what I thought is, since it's been so long, I'm not undermining his tutorials in any way. I'm actually suggesting you go and watch those tutorials. They're extremely informative. Yes, he can be a little. I think Old Beatty Gaming said he was rather monotone at times. Um, his teaching style is rather bland, and that's not a cut against the guy. I think he's got a lot of really, really, really good information, and it hasn't really been put out by too many other people. His is very cut and dry. It's very straightforward. Um, and he tends to refer to Wurmpedia quite a bit. In fact, he actually reads directly from Wurmpedia in a lot of his tutorials. Um, but they're dated. Um, not much, if anything, has changed as far as Wurm Unlimited. There have been a lot of changes for Wurm Online, and most of them I am not familiar with. Mainly because I've got most of my time spent in Wurm has been on Wurm Unlimited. And Steam actually messed up somewhere along the lines. We'll get these going. I gotta watch that stamina bar, but I'm gonna tab out really, really quickly and see what Steam actually says my total time is for Wurm Unlimited. Let's see, library. Okay, Wurm Unlimited, it says I have playtime 338.2 hours. I guarantee you I have a lot more hours than that. Guaranteed. When I first started playing over on Mythmore Prime, it said I had 1,200 and something hours. I'm pretty sure I've got more than that too. I was playing on my old private server, I was playing nearly every day for 4 to 6 hours a day for a little over a year. Um, that's going to add up. On top of that, before I even started my private server, um, I was actually playing on a couple of other servers for almost a year. Um, and, a piece. So I've got probably close to, well, a little over 3 years in the game. Um, I watched Old Beatty Gaming's video earlier on Westlake, and she mentioned that she's got several thousand hours as well, but it doesn't make her an expert. Well, she's right. Even the thousands of hours that I've got in Wurm, I am nowhere near an expert. There are still things that I learn every day. Not that long ago, I had no clue. I actually had to look up how to start a fire without flint and steel because I'd never done it. In the years that I've been playing, I've never once tried to start a fire without flint and steel. I knew you could do it with kindling and flint and steel, but I had no idea if you even could do it without the flint and steel. I thought maybe the Ironman Saga was going to end up being bugged because, I had to make exceptions. Well, technically speaking, my tent is for this character is still up by North Point. It's still there. So technically speaking, I still have a tent, but everything else got destroyed, compass included. And no, I didn't start with a whey bread this time. That was a little bit frustrating on the official Wurm Online Saga. What in the world? Open. Ash. Okay. Well, we have 47 so far. 48. Let's see. We don't want the quality level ones. We want the high quality level, if you can call it that. So we're going to, now that we're done, we're going to sort and sort again. So make sure we've got the highest one. And we're just going to grab the first, what is that, 21? We're going to spin around. We're going to open up the campfire. We are not going to be able to put all this in, I don't think. Nope, 17. So it's going to melt those down, but it's the highest quality of the ore that we have. So we're going to get, let's see, average of 530. So the lumps are going to be probably right around 490, maybe 510. But we can raise up a few of them. And we'll go back to the wall. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a skill up yet, honestly. Oh, let's go ahead and open these as well so we can see their progress. See, all these are glowing already. So all we need is the ore turned into lumps and have the lumps glowing, and we'll be able to start manipulating that. But something else I need to do is make some ribbons. I need large nails, small nails, and ribbons. Because we need to be able to make some bulk storage bins along with some other carpentry stuff. We're not going to be able to do that without ribbons and um, nails. Sorry, I had to take a drink of coffee. So yeah, hopefully the mods that I'm putting in aren't going to bug out some other mod. I'm trying to avoid just adding mods willy-nilly. I want to put on here the server beneficial mods, ones that allow me to fix problems. But at the same time, I want quality of life mods. Not every mod out there is a good mod. Um, a lot of them are either unfinished or they're just um, well, for lack of better terminology, every mod is created by a person who wants the game to act in a certain way. Um, some of the mods that are put out are very beneficial to the masses. Some of them are only beneficial to the person that created it. Um, to give you an example, I don't want anyone on this server using, for instance, ESP or um, you know, ESP is a cheaters mod. It's client side. It's not server side, but it allows you to basically activate it and see where the ore veins are or where the high quality trees are. Or if you're playing on a PvP server, you can literally switch it out and look through the trees to find your opponents. It's a cheaters mod. Um, I don't want that kind of stuff on this server. I want quality of life stuff. So like the increased merchant capacity. Um, oh, at the time of recording this, just so she knows exactly when it came in, there is a new message, 7:31 p.m. Pacific time, that it came in, and it says it came in 2 minutes ago, but I just got the alert. Um, Old Bitty Gaming recorded her first Let's Play episode of Eco tonight. And I was watching it earlier, and I left her a comment about there not being an echo, because she's been fighting with the new system. For whatever reason, all of her videos are coming out with an echo, and it's a microphone echo. So I don't know what she did to fix it, but her response, I said for this particular video, "Yay, no echo." And her response just a few minutes ago was, "Leave it to Windows to mess things up again." Or to leave it to Windows to mess things up, LOL. So I'm guessing it was a Windows setting. And I know she'll watch this video later tomorrow, or maybe she'll unfortunately end up with insomnia again tonight and, you know, end up watching this video later tonight, and she'll get a little bit of a laugh, hopefully. But yeah, she, I haven't said this about anyone else that I've met online, and I mean anyone else. Typically, everyone else that I play online with are people I know in real life that are also gamers, or I've met them in real life, or what have you. I've met a lot of people in the different MMOs that I play. I played EverQuest and EQ2 for a long time. I played WoW for a short while. It was when it pretty much first came out. Very shortly after that, when level 40 was the max level you could get, and I had two characters within, um, I think it wasn't even a week. I already had um, a hunter, and I think it was a sorcerer or something like that, a magic user, that were both already max level, and I was bored with the game. Um, Back then, you could literally solo everything. Um, Now, mind you, I wasn't going against any like champion style world type bosses or any of that nonsense. No raids, no nothing like that. Um, but when you could literally take on the entire game, and yeah, 424. Look at that. So we've only got two things that we could bring up, and that would be the saw and the anvil. Let's throw the saw back in there and see if we can improve the anvil a little bit. Yep. Okay. Well, those are done, and this can go back in, I guess. Um. Anyway. So yeah, I switched genres after a while and stepped away from the MMORPGs. I played Dungeons and Dragons online. I played um, Elder Scrolls online. I played a bunch of other types of games: Gloria Victis, Black Desert, Rift, um, Terra. I mean, the list just goes on. Well, I got really bored with the games, so I switched over to survival type games, and I started playing games like Atlas and Valheim, Conan Exiles, um, and eventually I found Wurm, um, and or maybe I found Wurm before I found Conan Exiles. I can't remember now. I mean, I've run through so many different games, but throughout all that history, you run across a lot of different people that um, that let's grab some more and throw it in there. People that you tend to group up with, you go on raids with, I mean, whatever. I would have to say, out of all of the years that I've been gaming, see, I'm very rapidly coming up on 50, and I've been messing around with computers since I was 8 years old. Um, I've been, I mean, I started off learning how to program before the internet was even a thing. Um, Before the internet was bulletin board systems, if anybody remembers those. I think I was a teenager at that point. And me and a buddy started messing around on bulletin boards, and little text-based types games or whatnot. Um, we both had old Nintendo and PlayStations, and you name it. We had all kinds of different consoles and stuff. Um, and we grew up in the age of consoles and PC gaming. Um, but even with all of that, I to this day have yet to meet anyone, um, until recently, that I didn't know prior to playing a game with or prior to meeting online that I ever wanted to go and meet. Old Biddy's one that, if given the opportunity, I think I would like to meet her in real life. She is that cool of a person. She really does remind me of my own grandma. And mind you, my both sets of my grandparents are long since passed. Um, but my dad's mom was from Iowa, and she's got that Midwest kind of accent, like my grandma did. Um, she talks a lot like her. She's got the same expressions and vocal or vocabulary expressions. She reminds me a lot of my grandma. Um, and I mean, she's just the type of person that you get the sense that if you were to just sit down, uh, at her, uh, dining room table or whatever, she'd offer you a cup of coffee and some biscuits and whatnot, and try to fatten you up before you left, and you know, I, but the whole time, telling you about how things were, and when she was your age, and I mean, the you just get that sense that you can sit and listen to her stories all day long for weeks on end. But at the same time, she's different. My grandparents, I'd never be able to play Wurm with. And Biddy, I mean, she's into playing the Infected and Eco, and I mean, most of the games that I play. It's a really, really cool kind of experience. And I don't think I'll ever get the chance to meet her in real life, but um, I'm just saying, if given that opportunity, you don't run into people like that very often. Not people that you really would enjoy sitting down, and you would. Just to be able to sit and chit chat for an afternoon with, in face to face. But in today's society, I mean, you don't know who you're sitting down with. I mean, anybody could be anybody on the other end of that microphone. So you kind of have to be cautious. I mean, she said earlier, I'm sorry, I'm not even gaming. Come on. Oh, activate the pickaxe, knucklehead. But she said earlier that, now that Halloween's over, um, she was reminiscing about, the good old days, and when kids actually did go out trick or treating. And I remember those days. Um, I was one of those kids that would go out trick or treating. Um, and she lives in a smaller town, but her town has it set up so that the shop owners, or whatever you want to call them, the employees of the different stores and businesses and whatnot, set aside a certain day each year for an afternoon, along with the churches and stuff, and the kids can come around and visit each shop, and they've got little like market stalls set up, or whatever, from the sounds of it. Um, and the kids have a blast just going to visit each place, and getting candy and treats and whatnot from all the different businesses and churches and stuff. But there's not a whole lot of door to door anymore. And a lot of that's because, and she said it in today's video. If you don't believe me, go watch it. Go watch today's video that she put out. It's still a really good video, but despite the echo. But now that she's got that fixed, we don't have to worry about that anymore. Um, she's got a really pretty horse on her deed. She's got, she's working on her woodcraft, and she's got to get a cart made. And she was talking about how I'm progressing faster on here than what she is on her server. Pretty soon I'm going to be passing her up. But throughout all of that, she's talking about other things, like Halloween, and how nowadays you don't know what's in the candy. You don't know if you can trust the neighbors, or who the kids are going. She wouldn't even send her own kids out to go trick or treating anymore, and her kids are grown. That's how real society has become. Yes, when I used to go out as a kid, I know that the hospitals. My dad and my uncle every year would take our candy to the hospitals, or to the local hospital, and they would x-ray it for free to make sure there were no razor blades, no needles, no pins, no nothing like that in the candy. And then they'd bring it back home, and they would physically sort it out they claimed they were looking for any candies that were already open. More than likely, now that I am my dad's and my uncle's age from then, actually, I think I'm a little older than they were then, but um, chances are they had a few choice candies that they particularly liked, and they wanted to sneak a few before we got a chance for it. But we were always allowed the candy that we got or the treats that we got from my mom's mom and from the neighbor down the street that we trusted. We grew up with them. Their youngest daughter went to kindergarten with me, and when we were late in our teens, we actually ended up dating for a while. Um, and yeah, so I mean, they, I seriously doubt that they watch any of my videos. They probably don't even know what YouTube is. But um, I had a lot of really, really good, and still do have a lot of really good memories of Debbie and Galen um, from the other end of my grandma's street, and they were like, I don't know, 4 or 5 blocks away, but it was one street with a bunch of cul-de-sacs on it. And um, let's see, was it 7 blocks based on what the two end streets, what the numbers were on the two end streets. But um, yeah, so I ended up dating the youngest daughter for a little while, um, but their candy was trusted. Um, I mean, for crying out loud, they babysat us for a while. Um, me, my brother, my sister, a couple of my cousins, we'd go over there for birthday parties and to hang out for, overnights and all kinds of stuff. Now, mind you, this was before I was a teenager, so they didn't have to worry about any of that stuff. They probably should have worried had they known what the future held, but um, none of that stuff actually happened during that era. It was several years later before me and the daughter actually got together. Um, but my point is, there were still a few choice places that the candy or the treats or what have you was safe, and everywhere else had to be inspected by by dad and by my uncle. Um, and I guess that's the way that things are today. Um, we're getting up on what we have left here. We're at 74 already. Okay, now we've got some more lumps. 438. Let's sort by quality level on this one too. Yeah, that way. So on average, 4.38. Our best one is 4.43. So it's not going to matter if we pull it all out and combine it all. So I think that's what we're going to do. There we go. And that's not going to be enough to do anything with any of our gear. Um, but what we can do is we can actually take the lump out. And we can take, where to go, the small anvil out. And we can drop a bunch more of this ore in. Let's see, let's stop at 5.5. Let that melt out. Now we're going to open the crafting window, throw the anvil in there, throw the lump in there. There's the large nails, there's the small nails. Where are you at? There's a large anvil. We already have a large anvil. Maybe it was the large anvil for the ribbons. I think it was the large anvil for the ribbons. So let's spin around. Let's see, that's the box. Add a crafting window. Yeah, ribbons are right there. And what I'm trying to do is get stuff set up. I know there's a lot of windows open right now. So we need the bulk storage bin. Requires ribbon, plank, 24 more planks, and 4 large nails. We need that ribbon to start with. Now, something else that we're going to need is the reinforcements. And as much as I'd love to do the stone, man, I don't. We are quite a ways away from doing that. But let's look at the wood. Plank. So we need the reinforced cave. Well, that didn't tell us anything, did it? Well, I'm pretty sure. Um, yeah, there's definitely more to it, but it's not showing me. Let me pull up Wurmpedia real quick. Give me just a second. Okay, the cave floor has been reinforced with a support beam designed to drastically reduce collapse. So a support beam, let's see, a reinforced cave floor can be prepared with mortar. All walls around a tile need to be reinforced to help protect against collapsing. Reinforcements can be removed from cave floors with a pickaxe. So we need to look at the support beam. I think that's the piece that I was missing. That's bridges. We don't care about the bridges. There we go. Support beam for mine doors and mine doors and support beams. Support beams requires a shaft and a log to start, and then 2 ribbons, 3 more shafts, and a log. They're heavy, like heavy, heavy. But either way, we need ribbons to be able to work them. So these are still heating up. Okay. Let's check our skills real quick. Pickaxe increased to 6, so we have not increased our mining yet. I mean, we've been working on the mining skill, but... And... we're going to let this be our last go, and then we're going to have to call it quits for the night. So let these. We'll keep going until these go to lumps, because they're already pretty much at that point. We can close this one out. We'll get the lumps going, and then we can combine the lumps so that they're not, all that heat isn't wasted. And if we examine the fire now, it says 6 minutes 28 seconds. There we go. We got some lumps. So we're going to get these combined. So 454 to 431. Yeah, we're really not losing much. So we'll just combine all of them. Okay, so now we're at 440. Still not enough to actually increase anything, but that's okay. And we'll pull all this stuff out. That'll be the first thing we come back to. I'm going to leave it in the inventory just so that we know where we left off. We'll close that out. We'll close this out. Okay, smithing increased to 2. All right, quick overview. Body 0.26, mind 0.01, and soul 0.01. Now, under each category, body strength 0.021, stamina 0.017, control 0.003. Negligible. We need higher body control, but we're not going to get it from mining. Mind logic 0.019. Soul strength 0.017, and depth 0.002. Okay, let's close that one up, and we're going to go back to skills. Knives, negligible 0.006. Carving knife 0.011. Wood cutting went up 0.013. Mining went up 0.5. It's 508, but fire making 0.137. Pottery did not go up, tailoring did not go up, and I lost track of anything else in the list. Masonry didn't go up. Let's see, smithing 0.078. Weaponsmithing did not go up. Armor smithing did not go up. Blacksmithing 0.204. We didn't do any cooking. We didn't do any nature. Oh, I guess we did farming. So nature 0.063. Farming 0.309. We didn't do any foraging, botanizing, taming, none of that stuff. Miscellaneous items 0.268, and that was for the pickaxe at 0.537, and repairing at 0.137. We didn't prospect this time. We probably should have, but that's it. Not a lot involved in today's episode. Tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to be on the Mythmore Prime server. I will figure out something that we can do. I may end up glossing over some topics, kind of trying to follow along with Gamster's series, and just doing, if his, I don't even know which episodes are what, but if, say, episode 12 was on mining, then my episode 12 will likely be on mining. Then again, I may decide to just mix it all up. and just do whatever I feel like doing, whatever I'm prepared for doing, regardless of the order that he had them. I don't know yet, but we will figure something out. I know that tomorrow um, I have enough stuff set up for probably 3 or 4 different tutorials. So what I'm gonna have to do is try to break them down into smaller, break the videos down into smaller segments. So bear with me. There's um, if they're only like 5-minute episodes, then there's going to be several of them that come out, and I will try to space them roughly an hour apart, even if they're recorded just a few seconds apart. Um, but that's probably what Mythmore Prime is going to be for now, along with periodic updates of what I've done with the deed, so that you guys can still follow along with what's going on over on that server. Um, but for the most part, I am now playing pretty much full time um, in Wurm Unlimited on Seattle Sanctuary. If I'm online and I'm on Wurm, I'm probably going to be on Seattle Sanctuary. Um, as you can see, nobody's sent any messages in Freedom Chat or anything, so um, nobody needs help apparently. But tomorrow, I believe if her internet holds out, Old Bitty Gaming will be doing an episode over here on her deed, um, and she'll be happy to see that that there have been a few more improvements, including right click, examine, telling you exactly how many minutes are left. Didn't it say that just a minute ago? Hang on. 6 minutes 28 seconds. Now it's saying 6 minutes 30 seconds. That's a little weird. Oh well. Um, so it might not be totally accurate, but it may be it'll be accurate enough to where you kind of have an idea. Um, oh, you know, tarnations. I've only got 6 minutes left. I better throw another log on, kind of thing. Um, and that's the kind of quality of life things that I'm talking about. Just not cheater stuff. Just simply things that are of a benefit. I've got another mod that I'm going to be adding soon, most likely, that actually adds a bunch of other items that you can craft. But we'll go into that a little more in a later episode. Right now, guys, it's time for bed. Um, it's it's late. It's been a long day, and I had to drive north again for a couple of hours. So traffic there, traffic back. Um, I can do it, but yeah, I get tired. Um, my eyes are tired. My dogs are tired. My actual dogs are tired. um, so anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. If you want to see more, feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so that you're notified when I put out new videos. All of that is free, along with playing on Seattle Sanctuary. If you want to come over to the server, um, if you're trying the game out, like I said yesterday, um, come on over. Let me know who what your character name is or whatnot. There's a free gift in it for you until next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is the last day. Um, but I will give you a free gift, and I have decided that it is not going to be a common item. It's not going to be a rare item. Um, I'm going to give everyone a single legendary item. For any new player, anyone that hasn't played Worm before, that wants to check it out, that's watching these videos, that's the only way you're going to find out that you're going to get a free gift. So that tells me that you're watching the videos. Um, but yeah, if you come over to Seattle Sanctuary and you tell me what your character name is, and that you heard in the video that I said you can have a free item, I'll give you a free item. It's going to be a legendary item. It will be of quality 70 or above. I haven't quite decided on the quality level yet, and I haven't quite decided on exactly what the item is going to be yet, but it will be beneficial. It'll be something you can use, um, not just a piece of food or whatever. And tomorrow, the newest edition for North Point will come in. Um, I'm going to see if I can add a, um, well, swing by and you'll see. So that's it for me for tonight, guys. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.